Rogan Report Podcast. Check it out.
All things Joe Rogan by day. Rogan Report Podcast by night. All day. All night. Half hour to an hour-ish episodes once a week.
The Rogan Report Podcast.
All right, Shane, welcome to it. How's things?
Things are good. How was your holidays?
Not bad at all. Yeah,
Yeah.
Angie cooked a delicious meal for my family here at our house. We
Oh,
hosted.
sweet.
Yeah.
It's always nice being the host, eh?
How about you?
Dinner at my mom's place,
Okay.
but otherwise, Christmas is,
Well,
it's whatever.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you and to our listeners.
Merry Christmas.
Let's go through the table of contents. So, right off the topic, I thought we would touch on World War III, New Year's resolutions, a music lesson I took today,
Nice.
and maybe, did you have anything else you wanted to add in there?
Yeah, totally. I've got some stuff for Christmas I want to talk about.
Okay.
I'm definitely concerned about World War III as well.
Yeah, that's an issue.
Yeah, that's a big deal. Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll work through it. Yeah, I've got some New Year's resolutions and
Okay.
maybe a little look back at 2019.
In the contents, adding to the contents, you are going to add Christmas as your thing that you're adding to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Perfect.
Well, sort of, loosely. You'll see.
Okay. And during the Rogan reporting segment, I thought we'd talk about 1405, the Sober October episode, which is a fantastic episode.
That was a good one. Yeah.
1402, Boyan Slat. And then there was a YouTube video Jamie made a 10-year review.
Yeah.
And it was basically clips from the past 10 years of all different episodes, which you watched the whole thing. I haven't seen the whole thing of that yet. Wasn't released in the actual podcast app.
Unfortunately, right?
Yeah,
that would have killed it.
They could have done that.
Yeah.
But you know what? It'd be hard. Like, even watching it, you can see the faces, so you know it's switching to new people. If you were just listening to that and
It'd
it
be
was
jarring.
constantly switching to different people all the time that you didn't know who was talking or when,
That's true.
That would be tough.
And there was some really good graphics and stuff that you wouldn't have caught that
Yeah.
really made it funny, too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We'll go through a couple of Joe jokes, and we'll talk maybe a little about UFC 246 upcoming, a no-belt pay-per-view.
But an exciting one.
But an exciting one, definitely.
Like the
nonetheless.
one for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get into right off the topic. Now, I thought instead of starting with the doom and gloom of World War III,
Yeah.
we could talk a little bit about the music lesson that I just took from my good friend Dana Wiley. She is a fantastic singer and songwriter and just multi-instrumentalist. She's really highly educated in music and has a great understanding of it, but
Oh,
also like super easy to talk to, very down to earth, and good for. My girlfriend doesn't really have any education in music. All of her training is just all by ear and just by feel, all just learning on her own. I have like kind of, some education, but certainly not an advanced level of
Yeah.
education. And she's really good at speaking to both of us in terms that we can understand,
Oh, that's
which
great.
was cool. Yeah, it was a really good lesson.
Yeah.
And so I thought I'd plug in a song from her. She wrote this song called Untroubled One.
Yeah.
And when she wrote it, she was writing it about, I think it's about an ex or a boy or something. But she was pregnant at the time, and she didn't realize until afterwards. All of her friends were like, "Oh, like that song is about your kid. Like, you definitely wrote that song about your baby. That song is not about anything else other than that song is definitely 100% about your baby."
Yeah.
And when you listen to the song, it's like, yeah, you can totally see. Of course, it is about a baby. But she didn't realize that she was writing about that at the time. And I think that that's so interesting that you can write a song about something and not really realize what the song is about until after the song is written and done and other people start pointing it out to you. But for me, listening to that song, like I remember listening to that right after my dad died, and it just has such another meaning for me listening
Right.
to it, because he's untroubled now and free. So, like she can bring tears to my eyes with just about any song, but this one in particular is just a super, super pretty song.
Awesome.
So let's get into that now, and then we'll get into the rest of our talk.
Sounds great.
Untroubled one, unadorned and unknowing one, show me the way of your untainted heart. I have known trouble, it's been with me from the start. Untroubled one, teach me your art.
What a pretty tune.
That's
She could
nice.
sing Disney songs, I think. She has the voice of a Disney princess.
Oh, absolutely.
Just
That
so-
song could
So pure and really just very perfectly pitched.
absolutely.
all
That was
the way through.
gorgeous.
Yeah. So that's Dana Wiley. Go seek her out on her, she's on all the Instagrams and the social medias, and you can hear her music everywhere that music is heard, basically.
Awesome.
So highly recommend. Check her out. That's my music teacher. She's teaching me and my girlfriend how to sing better, how to harmonize better, and I'm looking forward to more lessons.
Awesome.
Cool. So where do we want to go from here? World War III or New Year's resolutions? Or
Should we get this shitty topic out of the way? Or I mean, it's not happy.
it's pretty dark.
Pretty
So-
concerning.
America versus Iran is basically what's going on, and from what I understand, the U.S. drone striked Iran and killed one of their top generals.
Yeah.
They killed maybe 6 or 8 people or something like that in this drone strike, and one of them happened to be this very high ranking official.
High ranking, but also to these Iranian soldiers, like a hero, like
Yes.
a war hero,
Right,
and like their great leader.
high ranking and admired and
Yeah.
and very important person to them. Was he the target of the strike? That really wasn't clear to me.
No, yeah, 100%.
He was the target.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, they're not happy about that. And I heard that it's not the president of Iran, but what is it? The leader, whatever is it?
What
the
do they
president?
call them? I think they do say the president.
Okay, so the president,
Yeah.
I heard him saying that he vows there will be consequences for this, and that Iran will take action. And obviously, Iran doesn't have the same kind of military that the U.S. does, but they do have nuclear bombs.
Yeah.
They have nuclear weapons, and the even scarier part is that they are strong allies with Russia.
Very scary.
So,
Totally scary.
if they start getting involved with the U.S. and then Russia jumps in, maybe that makes it a little more even. But then of course, all of the other allies are going to be expected to get in there, and so we really need the UN because NATO could drag Canada into this through our
That's
agreements
right.
with NATO.
Yeah.
If U.S. goes to war, that basically automatically puts us at war.
This
Although
is
I'm
the
sure.
thing. Conspiracy theorists have been talking about the potential of the danger of war with Iran for years. I've been looking up stuff like this for 10 years, man. This is the scary thing.
Yes.
And it took a president like Donald Trump, I think, to make an attack like this. To be honest, it's kind of like it's like what do you call it? A perfect storm.
Right. And how much of it do you think is him posturing solely so that, he looks better for this? It's an election year. I'm sure it's no coincidence.
Yeah, that
this
came
is
to my
happening.
mind immediately.
And,
I was
he's just doing this so that he can kind of take some of the heat off of the trial that he's been through recently.
Right.
And the
The
fact that it's
impeachment.
an election year.
Also, I don't think any president that is in the middle of a wartime has ever not been elected.
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure that's always the case, that they get elected
Totally.
again.
Yeah, that's my understanding of it as well. So I'm sure that is a factor. What do we do?
Oh, man.
Do we just get
I
the
think that
popcorn
us
out?
here in Edmonton, yeah, exactly. Get the popcorn. Are you joining the fight?
I
don't
can't
think
imagine
so. I'm
Trudeau,
not.
he'll do everything in his power to not get involved in this.
Yeah, totally.
Way more so than if we had Scheer. If we had Andrew Scheer at the helm right now, I think he would be a lot more inclined to try to become a part of it, to use this as some kind of gateway to different relations with the U.S. Maybe.
Right. Yeah. Even if there was a draft, and there wouldn't be in Canada, but even if
Right.
there was, I think me and you are pretty well past the age.
Yeah,
I think we're okay.
not a lot of good I could do other than maybe going out there and playing some songs for the troops.
Yeah, right.
It's
Don't fight, guys.
Yeah,
Don't do it.
you can't put a rifle in my hand and have me run somewhere. I'll get about
No.
10 feet and then I'll
Yeah.
start throwing up. And I can't be out.
Never
getting
fired a
told to-
rifle either, by the way. So
I have fired quite a few rifles.
have you?
I have in my
Yeah.
day.
Nice.
But yeah, I'm just not in any kind of shape to be fighting in a
Yeah,
war.
I mean, running with a gun and
That's for sure.
in the mud. I can't see it.
All right. Did you have anything else to add about this World War III scare?
I mean, it's fucking scary. It's dark.
Yeah.
All Trump said about it too was we should have done this a long time ago.
Yeah, what does that mean?
I mean, yeah, I don't know what that means. It's certainly not more ammo for him that this is correct. Oh man, it's
Thanks.
fucked up. It's dark.
Okay, well, we'll cross our fingers here.
I guess we'll see what happens,
Yeah.
right? I mean,
Rogan Report listeners, if you guys want to all cross our fingers with us,
hopefully there's a next episode.
I'm sure we'll be. Yeah, I'm sure we'll be talking about this on the next episode
Yeah.
if there is one.
Yeah.
So let's get into the the New Year's resolutions.
It makes you think of New York, doesn't it?
NY.
Yeah.
I see that NY. I'm like,
I see it all the time. NYE. I'm like, New York, what?
Do you want to go through your resolutions first?
Sure. So part of, I guess, what I was a little cryptic about Christmas there, I got some paints that I've been really wanting for Christmas, and I just haven't brought myself to buy, because to get started with oil painting, it's a pretty good expense.
Okay.
A couple $100, $300 ish. And not that I don't ever have that money. It's just, there's always a thing to spend that money on.
Of course.
That's
yeah.
more important than painting.
Totally.
So I got a bunch of paints for Christmas, and I've basically been oil painting ever since Christmas.
Really?
Like literally every day. I fucking love it.
Oh, cool.
So I guess my first New Year's resolution is to work on art more often, more consistently. Because I've mentioned a few times on here, that's what I'm into. But
Yeah. Working on art is one of my resolutions as well.
Yeah,
Just
your
not,
art.
Not the same kind of art, but
exactly.
absolutely, I want to work more on my art.
Yeah. So there it is. But more specifically, there's an art walk every summer here in Edmonton on White Ave.
Absolutely.
That's really great. All the local artists kind of get out for that. I've been talking about it for years, but this year my goal by June is to have 20 paintings ready. I've already got 2, so
Cool.
I think I'll be all right.
You think you'd only display paintings in the art walk, or would you put in a variety of your drawings?
I have
as
a few drawings I'd probably put up there too. Some of them a lot of them have been commissions that I've posted, and
Right.
so I don't really have them anymore. But a few, I have a few drawings that I think would be good to put up.
And you didn't make prints of any of the.
I'm going to make prints of everything before the art walk for sure.
But
Yeah.
what about the drawings for the commissioned drawings? You
No,
don't make prints for those. Is
no,
that
and
kind
they were
of-
personal too. Like,
Oh yeah.
one was a portrait. Actually, 2 were portraits. No, they were all portraits. That's
Yeah.
what I do is
But
portraits.
some are portraits of the Hulk, and some are portraits of
right.
of
Okay, yeah, that's
actual
right.
people.
The Hulk. No, I didn't get an image, although I do know that person quite personally, so I probably could get an image taken of it.
Right.
Although, to be fair, I used an image off the internet for that one, so I probably wouldn't reproduce that one.
Oh yeah, you might get in a little hot
Yeah.
water for that.
Yeah, you shouldn't reproduce anything you don't create.
Okay, fair enough.
But so I have a few things.
Okay, go on.
Another one, we have episode 50 coming up. A resolution of mine is to have a really fucking great party for that,
Okay,
and I'm willing to put out some money for that
okay.
because I really want to do it. And I
Oh.
think we can really make a fucking hoot
Yeah,
banger for
You've
that.
talked about it. This is maybe the 4th or 5th time that I've heard you bring it up.
Yeah, and
so-
we're coming closer now, and
Yeah.
we've been a little more steady every 2 weeks ish. Another one recently, as you know, I've been really into whiskey, and probably all due to Conor McGregor. I mean,
Fair
he's my
enough.
hero basically.
Yeah.
I had to try his whiskey, and then that day I brought it here, you had all these other wonderful whiskeys that I realized I loved a lot more than the proper 12.
Yeah.
So that's triggered my whole fucking thing here.
Yeah, it's worth trying a couple, but your tastes might change, and maybe you'll find you like the proper 12 more than some of those other whiskeys later on in life.
Right.
That's one of the cool things about taste is that it's kind of always evolving, and what you like now isn't necessarily what you'll like later.
Exactly. So my resolution is to taste all the fucking bourbons and scotches I can all
Okay.
year. I've got a couple more.
Yeah, Dolly and Evie have a few resolutions as well. They're trying to chime in.
Yeah.
Not sure if that will be audible on the podcast,
I
but
think they're going to continue to bark.
my dogs are barking,
Yeah.
and that's not because my feet hurt.
By this time next year, I'm really hoping not to be working and be working as an artist, like
Oh,
not
wow.
for anyone but by myself.
That's
And we'll see how the year goes. But paintings pay off, and I'm hoping it gets me there.
okay. That is a ambitious goal.
Very ambitious, and I'm like 40 this year, so I'm kind of thinking like, why am I working for other people still?
Yeah.
My goals are not attained, and this year I intend on taking big strides towards attaining them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, that's basically that. Besides, getting my sleeves done, which I've been talking about forever.
Hmm.
And at this point, it's not even cool to have tattoos because everyone has them. But
Yeah, if you get tattoos like this late in life,
these are a bit of a
are
fad
you
follower.
trying too hard?
But to be fair, I've been wanting them since like 01. I'm just the worst procrastinator you've ever met in your
Yeah.
life.
I've also talked. I've talked about getting tattoos, and I have some ideas of things I'd like to get, but I haven't done yet. But now it just feels like I'm so old that I'm just I don't know. Like I said, it feels like I'd be trying too hard if I actually went and got them now,
That's right.
but maybe not.
So sorry, one more.
Yeah,
My
okay,
last
go
one,
ahead.
I got to try stand up this year.
Okay.
And to be honest, it's going to happen. Well, maybe it'll happen because I'm going to Kill Tony on the 23rd. I got tickets for Christmas.
Okay.
If I
That's
get
in
called,
Calgary?
that's going to be my first time. Yeah.
Cool. The 23rd of January.
January, yeah.
That's coming up so fast.
So fast. I'm working on material. It's only a minute, so I should be okay.
Man, I would love it if you get called up on Kill Tony. That would be fucking awesome.
I feel like that'd be so great for our show,
Yeah,
too.
it'd be great for the show, and I hope you mention that we do the Rogan Report.
Oh, my God.
They'll. I'm
I'm
sure
going to
they'll
get roasted
torture
by
you.
Tony trying to bring
Yeah.
up my own
They'll
podcast.
be like, oh, dude.
Oh, you have a podcast in Edmonton?
Yeah, and I'd be like, oh, it's not like we're sucking Joe's dick any more than you do, Tony, you bastard.
Fair enough, right? Yeah, where were you before Tony or before Joe Rogan?
Yeah.
I heard about you on Joe Rogan, my friend.
That's funny. Anyways, okay, so is that it?
That is it. That is a big list. I'm sorry.
Okay. Oh, all good, buddy. I have some similar resolutions, similar to resolutions that I seem to have every year, but don't really get my shit together on. Eat better, drink less, be healthy, play more music, enjoy the people playing music in my life more.
Yeah.
Sleep more, social media less, and be more kind. That's the kind of short list that I have. And some of those things I have very specific strategies, like with eating, for example.
Mhm.
I have very specific strategies on how to do that. I've been intermittent fasting
Nice.
a lot, although I kind of took December off because December is Christmas.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely back on that now. And then other things like be more kind. I don't really have a strategy for that, but
Just every day.
I just want to, it's just something
Yeah.
that is in my intent and something that's in my mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
So hopefully that I do be more kind.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Well, those are the things that come back to you for sure, too. There's a benefit in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we let's get into the Rogan reporting.
Let's do it.
So let's talk about that 10-year review first, I guess.
Sure. I just made a couple of points because, like, if you've been a fan over the last 10 years like I have, there's been so many goddamn great moments.
Oh, yeah. And a lot of them, I mean, I only listened to about an hour of it, and it's 2.5 hours. And a lot of them were like, oh, yeah, that was awesome. I remember that.
Totally.
You know what it needed, though? It needed, like, name captions, because
Yeah.
I didn't recognize every single person right away, and then I'm trying to think of who that is, and it was kind of distracting me from paying attention to what was being said,
Yeah.
trying to remember who the guest was. So that was something I would have added, is just a quick name caption on each thing.
Yeah.
Because probably in the hour I watched, I recognized 60%, 70% of the people.
Yeah. I would say I'm around there, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was blown away by, like, the resolution. You could totally tell what year it's from by the
differences.
resolution.
Absolutely.
Like, the old ones, you can't even tell that's Joe sometimes. It's such bad resolution.
Yeah. Yeah.
Plus, he
Technology.
looks so different, right?
Technology's come a long ways, and
Yeah.
obviously they're spending a little more money on it now.
That was the main thing I noticed is the evolution of the JRE and of Joe Rogan himself. He was
Yeah.
so much more aggressive at the beginning, like
Yeah.
calling people faggots and
Sure.
all kinds of rough shit, man. Joe Rogan was an aggressive dude.
Yeah.
back in the
Be
day.
more kind has been one of Joe's resolutions, I think,
Absolutely.
many, many, many years in a row.
And it's paying off.
Absolutely.
One thing I noticed was the Joey Diaz montage was goddamn hilarious, man.
Yeah.
I was literally crying watching
Changing
that shit.
flavors.
Yeah.
It just reminded me of the cartoon of the Changing Flavors episode.
Yeah.
Listening to him talk about it again.
God damn.
So funny. Highly recommend. Go search Joey Diaz Changing Flavors in YouTube and watch the cartoon that goes along with that. It's
Yeah.
great.
Well, it's cool too because they show like these old episodes of how they talk about Mike Tyson being the greatest fighter and all this shit. They talked about Mike Tyson for goddamn years before he finally got on, and then he gets on, and it's just so awesome to see all these different things they've talked about, and then to have the man right there
Yeah.
and talking about how he's no longer even wants that shit around him because his ego, it sparks him right back up, right?
Yeah. I liked when he was like, yeah, I think I should do DMT all the time.
That's right. Yeah, that's
I
right.
think I should do it as much as I can. I want to do it every day.
But they're telling stories about how he was with his Tigers, and then they're showing like pics and stuff. They show this pic of Mike Tyson in like his 20s.
That's later in the episode than I
You
saw.
didn't see that
I
part,
didn't see that part.
but he like wrestles with his lions and
Yeah,
just so much crazy shit.
that is crazy.
Yeah.
One other thing too, I thought that is worth mentioning. Alex Jones, he was in
Right,
quite a bit in
Alex
the beginning,
Jones.
and he says, he's like, I've never done DMT, but I want to say that every night since I can remember when I go to sleep, I am on DMT, and I don't want to sound like, I'm arrogant or anything, but I have literally seen everything there is to see.
That's right.
Like,
They did a whole montage later in the episode on Alex Jones, man, for like 20 minutes.
Alex Jones is so funny. He's such a ridiculous character. I don't want to sound arrogant, but I have seen everything.
But you know what's funny?
So funny.
They do like this whole montage of how ridiculous he is, and then they do this montage of everything he's correct about.
Right.
And they've had other guests on that corroborate exactly what he's said,
Yeah.
which is fucking crazy.
No, he's absolutely right about some things.
Yeah.
He's absolutely ridiculous also. And I don't know if that, is good or bad, or maybe
There's
it's a
conspiracy
bit of
theories
both,
about
I
him
guess.
himself that he's a shill.
Of
and that
course.
he's
Yeah.
adding to the craziness on purpose.
Yeah. And making the things that he is correct about seem less of a big deal because
right.
of all the international alien child molesters
Yeah.
that are, obviously not true.
And I believe he has some connection actually to the government.
Oh,
He's
yeah?
even talked about it a little bit. I can't remember exactly what he said about it, but
I remember I watched this documentary, or maybe it was on Joe Rogan. No, I think it was a documentary about Alex Jones where they went back to his school where he grew up, and he has
Right.
all these stories about how all the students ambushed him and beat him up, and that's how he got run out of town. And he says it's because that he was on to some things, and that it was a conspiracy. The police, everyone was in on it, but they said it was because he's a bully and he was a super big bully, and so this kid that he was bullying arranged to beat him up with some of their friends.
oh really?
Yeah, so there's some very, very different stories coming from some of the people that he actually grew up with versus what he says about his time. And I think he talks about how he's had some very severe brain injuries. And so I think that's probably a part of it. And who knows how much of it is just he's said things so many times and now that is what he believes,
Right.
and how much of it is stuff that he knows isn't true that he's just saying to get a reaction or to use for his benefit.
Watching him, it's interesting because you can actually almost see him playing through these thoughts on his face when he's talking. You can tell he's
Yeah.
deciding what next to say.
Yeah, totally.
So yeah, it makes me think he's bullshit. But
Yeah. I think it's a mix. I don't think it's 100%
not all
of
bullshit.
either,
Yeah, no.
but it is definitely a lot of it. I think is bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
But it's funny.
And he makes so much money off it too, which is also another suspect thing.
Totally
he's amping up the crazy.
has to.
Yeah.
All right. So that was the 10-year review. Oh, another thing that was in there that reminded me, Greg Fitzsimmons talking about how he was at a show and he was talking to a black lady, and he's like, yeah, I'm on the list a few other comedians, and Greg Fitzsimmons, she's like, Grapefruit Simmons.
Yeah, that's a classic.
Is he the headliner? Grapefruit Simmons.
There's so many classics and T-shirts that have been made from that show.
Yeah.
Fucking blue cheese or go fuck your mother.
Yeah. So good.
Yeah.
All right. So 1402, Boyan Slat.
Yes.
Awesome young man, inventor. He invented this machine to take plastic out of the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
And they tried it, and it didn't really work very well. And then they went back to the drawing board and never refined it. And now it's working very well. And they took 2 big cargo bins full of plastic out of the ocean so far.
That's incredible.
Yeah. And they've got some really good plans to kind of use that. And it was fascinating to hear him talk about how he wanted to work on a solvable problem and how this was a good first problem to work on.
Yeah.
And to hear him talk about his workload as well, working 12-hour days and not taking any days off.
Yeah.
He's on this.
Yeah.
I can't imagine not burning out from that.
Just dedicated to the result, right?
Yeah. And then not able to really enjoy the good, not able to enjoy the good that he has done. He's kind of like, no, it's never good enough. He's got to work towards getting it better and better and better.
Well, the thing is, we're steady fucking polluting it. We're not slowing down that.
Truth.
Hopefully
we do.
Yeah.
Have you seen those memes of Greta versus?
I
and then
have.
it shows 3 or 4 people. He's always in the list. Of people that should have got the person of the year.
Yeah.
That she ended up getting, which is just silly.
It's silly. They're different.
They're totally different.
Yeah.
And Greta's more inspirational, I think, to more people than Boyan Slat is, although Boyan's contributions to the world might be greater than hers, especially over the long haul.
It's like comparing a politician to, say, a firefighter.
Yeah.
They have completely different
And a rock
positions
star.
and points.
Yeah.
Their life is different.
No, people that are
Everything's
angry
different.
about Greta need to really
man.
take a chill pill.
Yeah.
But it's also true that we should celebrate Boyan Slat and celebrate these other people that are also making these great contributions. And no one is saying we shouldn't celebrate those people.
What's they're saying there's a finite amount of celebratoriness
Yeah.
that we can have.
Yeah. It's
So
absolutely silly.
Yeah, it's totally nonsense.
All right. 1405, Sober October. You listened to that episode?
I did.
That's one thing about, speaking of resolutions, someone posted us on Facebook in one of the Joe Rogan groups that I'm in there. Like, did Joe Rogan make a New Year's resolution to not record any more podcasts? Because he hasn't put out a podcast since before
Right. That's
before
right.
New Year's.
Yeah.
So I'm totally caught up on all of the Rogans. I assume you are as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been dipping into some other shit I haven't been
Yeah.
caught up on,
Yeah, me
actually.
too. Which has been nice listening to some ongoing history of new music with Alan Cross. That's a great show.
Yeah.
But anyways, getting back to 1405 Sober October recap. I loved there's a clip on YouTube. You can go search out in JRE clips. You search Sober October Norm Macdonald. It's about a 7-minute clip of them talking about Norm Macdonald and why he's the most funny person that's ever lived.
And he is.
He is, absolutely.
Yeah.
And they tell a Norm Macdonald joke that I won't spoil or even try to tell here.
Yeah.
But I told my girlfriend the joke and it made her laugh.
Oh, that's
It is a fantastic joke.
Yeah.
And I loved how they talked about how he had already defended Louis and Roseanne, and then he was going on this big like kind of apology tour to promote his show and also apologize for these things. And he went on, I think it was Stern, and he's talking, and instead of saying, he wanted to say like, oh, you'd have to be retarded to believe that I'm actually racist or homophobic or something, but he didn't want to say retarded because he's like thought they would get in trouble for that. So he said, you'd have to have Down syndrome to think that.
he thought it was the word and not the actual
Yeah,
concept.
He thought that would make it better. You'd have to have Down syndrome to believe that. And it's like,
fucking hilarious.
he said it a bunch of times, and then went on The View, or maybe it was on The View that he was saying that. No, on The View he was saying, "Yeah, I've never had consensual sex with a woman."
That's
like,
right. Yeah.
What? He's like, "Why would I?" I think he meant like that he paid. It never paid. For
Never
sex
paid, yeah.
with a woman. But yeah, they were like, "Oh, I think you're not saying the right word there, Norm."
Why would you just hold him down?
And so that was absolutely hilarious. And go seek out Norm Macdonald in all of his forms because he is fucking one of my favorite people.
Yeah, totally.
Joe has a story about Norm where he saw Norm on a flight and they were talking, and Norm's like, "Yeah, I've quit smoking. I haven't had a cigarette for like
That's
6
right.
months, and I'm doing really, really well. I feel great. This quitting smoking has been an awesome thing for me." And then they get off the plane, and Joe's like coming up the ramp and sees Norm in the like smoking room that they have in the airport. He's lighting up. He's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, how's this talk of smoking? I need to have a cigarette." And so, yeah, so funny. Fucking Norm
Just an
Macdonald.
impulsive dude, hey?
Love
Kinda
it.
what
I wish
makes
that
greatness
guy
like that.
lived here and was our friend.
Oh, yeah.
Oh well.
So many people like that.
So, and I thought another big poignant part of that was Ari and Bert making up, and Bert or Ari being officially forgiven by Bert.
As silly as Ari's apology was, and it was very silly.
It was, but it was also
it
genuine.
was heartfelt, man.
Yeah,
Those dudes love each other. I felt fucking happy about that.
me too. Yeah.
I'm really glad he apologized officially. And
yeah.
yeah,
I thought
because that was jacked up.
That was the venue for
You
it.
can't fucking drug
No,
your
you can't do that.
yeah,
I think he learned a lesson.
I wouldn't drug you, Rubes.
Oh, thank you.
I'd at least tell you there was some Molly in that cup there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then I wouldn't drink it.
Probably not. I probably wouldn't either because I'm 40.
Yeah, and I mean, because it's just not the time or place.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
if we're at a music festival and you're like, "Hey, there's Molly in that cup," well, maybe another story.
Let's
I don't
do
know.
it. Yeah,
Oh, but yeah, in my house when I have to work tomorrow, probably not a good
right.
idea.
When you have plans after and
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
Okay. Anything else from Sober October you wanted to?
Just their weigh in.
Oh yeah, the way
was pretty funny. And actually, the most in shape is Ari. It turns out, according to Joe.
According to the BMI scale or whatever.
For anyone to call Joe fat,
Yeah,
straight up go fuck yourself.
I know it's funny.
It's like,
I mean, that scale's not 100%. Obviously, it's kind of built on averages, so you
Yeah.
can't really use that scale for every person when every person has a different, build.
for a guy that doesn't work out like Joe, though, sure, for his size, 205 is pretty heavy.
Yeah,
That could be a fat guy at his height, 205 for sure.
Mhm.
Or a chubby guy. Not a fat guy, but
It could be a fat guy. I don't know if he has really thin bones, and
yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
who knows?
Joe's got a big head, too.
Yeah,
Wide
he's
shoulders.
thick.
Yeah.
Thick dude.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then
I
that's it for Rogan reporting. Should we get into this whiskey here? You brought a couple of little taster bottles of Gentleman Jack.
Yep. Yeah.
I'd love to have a taste
Just
of
because
that.
I haven't tried it yet.
Yeah,
I've got
we
a lot
can-
of whiskey to run through here.
We can have a few sips, and then I have some Pepsi we can add as well, so we can try it maybe a couple of different ways, which I think could be good. All right, let's pour it.
Sure. And then I had a song I mentioned.
Yeah.
I really want to listen to while we drink this here.
So we'll pour our drinks.
Put maybe half of it in there.
I'm going to pour the whole thing.
Oh, and
then
just
I'm gonna,
add your
I'm gonna
booze
drink
after.
half, and
Yeah.
then I'm going to add the
There
booze.
you go. That's logic for you.
Yeah, I'm smart.
Yeah.
Not my first time drinking.
It's It's not mine either, but we're pretty
Wow.
wet behind the ears over here.
All right. Okay. Here's now this song. What's the band and the song name again?
I think you pronounce it Kruangbin, but it's look it up, Kruangbin. But the vocals are by Leon Bridges, who's one of my favorite singers.
Say you like the wind blowing through your hair. Well, come on, roll with me till the sun goes down. Texas sun. Say you wanna hit the highway while the engine roars. Well, come on, roll with me till the sun goes down. Texas sun, oh yeah. Texas sun, caressing you from Fort Worth to Amarillo. Well, come on, roll with me till the sun dips low. Texas sun. Texas sun, oh girl. Texas sun. When I'm far from home and them cold winds blow, stuck out somewhere, the folks I don't know. 'Cause you keep me nice and you keep me warm. Wanna feel you on me, can't wait to get back there again. Texas sun. Texas sun. Texas sun. Texas sun. You say you like the wind blowing through your hair. Well, come on, roll with me till the sun goes down. Texas sun. Texas sun. Oh, baby, you're so gorgeous. How about you and me? Take a little trip. In the big body. Take a ride with me, babe. You by my side. How does it sound? You and I. Oh, girl. Take a ride with me, babe. You by my side. How does it sound? You and I. Baby, oh. Take a ride with me, babe. You by my side. How does it sound? You and I.
Nice tune, man.
I like it. Yeah. It's been going on repeat for me for a couple of weeks now since
Nice.
it came out. Yeah.
And that's Texas sun. Not like your son that you have given birth to, but like the sun up in the sky.
Like the heat of that hot Texas sun.
Yeah. Cool.
And for some reason I thought Jack Daniels matched that song.
Hey,
Cracked
I
a
enjoyed
couple of,
drinking this Jack along with listening to that tune.
Yeah, it was nice.
Nothing wrong with that at all.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we can either talk a little bit about UFC or we can get at some Joe jokes. do you want to
Let's
go?
save our Joe jokes for the end.
For the end?
Let's
Okay.
do the UFC.
So we got 246 coming up, the return of Conor McGregor. Where are we going to watch that?
Unfortunately, I have a goddamn baby shower thing I'm stuck that night.
Okay, you have
Okay,
a baby
so
shower?
no, there's a baby
Um,
shower slash diaper opening slash getting the fucking drunk
Mm-hmm.
is for the men.
Oh.
Is we all bring. See, and this is bullshit because when I was having kids, there was no diaper party. Okay,
No.
nobody brought me diapers.
No.
That's what I think they made it up. I think my brother-in-law made this fucking thing up.
Okay.
For the record, Mel, you made this thing up.
Okay.
But everyone brings them diapers, and then we go get fucked up.
Well, could Mel not get the UFC?
So my plan is to sort of loosely arrange the party at a place that's playing the UFC.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go. That's, I think, worth it. Let me know where and when that gets
Yeah,
arranged.
I'd
and
love it
maybe
if you
I'll-
came and joined us.
Maybe I'll come and join.
Because
as
I think
well.
we're going to turn it into something else after. Parlay it into a full night. I don't know.
Fun. So we got Conor McGregor versus Donald Cerrone. That's the main event. That's the one everyone's curious about. You're cheering for Conor McGregor?
All day.
Are
Every
you?
day. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be wearing his jersey. I'll be wearing his T-shirt, drinking his whiskey.
Yeah. It's hard for me to cheer against Cowboy because
Cowboy's great.
Cowboy's amazing.
And I'm going to feel sad for whoever loses. But
Yeah. Totally. And it's also hard for me to think logically that Cowboy isn't going to like have a great strategy going into this. And
That's right.
Cowboy's jiu-jitsu is on fucking point. And you got to imagine he tries to get this to the ground. I think he tries to stay out of the boxing range of Conor. Cowboy's kicks are fucking awesome.
Yeah.
So I imagine he kicks the legs. He kicks Conor as much as he can. I bet you he's working on some like snap kick, like jab kicks to keep Conor at range. And that once he has Conor a little bit kind of tired, to go for a takedown, and then
the submission.
my intuition is Cowboy by submission in the third round.
That's what he hopes too, I'm sure.
Yeah.
If you had to ask me, is there a fighter that's maybe most dangerous for Conor McGregor besides Khabib? It's probably Cowboy.
He's
Yeah.
up there.
Yeah.
Just his style is kind of a bit of a nightmare. But
On the other side, have you been seeing any of these videos and clips of Conor lately? It's jacked.
yeah,
It's fucking
okay.
jacked.
Is this?
But
this-
also, his coach is saying he looks phenomenal and is in the best mind space for a fight that he's maybe ever been in.
okay, that's a good thing to hear.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
this fight is at welterweight.
Yes.
So Conor. I mean, you think Conor will be bigger than Cowboy
No.
in this? No.
No. Because Cowboy actually can fight at 170 and is pretty fucking good.
Has
he
fought,
tuned
yeah.
some dudes up at that weight.
But also did fight at lightweight a
Yeah.
fair bit.
Yeah, no, he's good at both.
But Cowboy never made 145.
But I think
right?
the cut to 55 for Cowboy is a bit of a struggle,
Right.
whereas it's not really a struggle for Conor.
Right.
170 is kind of, I feel like, kind of where he's at naturally.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. I mean, I think if he sparks him in the first couple rounds, and that's definitely Conor's plan, I'm sure.
Yeah. Because as much as I love Cowboy, his chin is not the most reliable.
That's right. He's been knocked
so,
out.
Yeah, I got to imagine Conor comes in heavy with the punches.
Conor's not
and-
been knocked out.
No.
So-
Yeah.
And I don't think he will be by Cowboy either.
No, probably not. Probably if Cowboy wins, it's by submission.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe I'm gonna. I don't know if I'm gonna throw money on this. I
It's
still
a tough
have
one.
money to throw in my account, so I kind of want to bet some stuff.
I
but
can't see the odds being that hard against either. I would say it's probably a pick 'em.
Yeah, probably right.
Yeah.
I should look that up. I'll check it out later.
Yeah.
Then we've also got Holly Holm and Raquel Rocky Pennington.
Yeah, no shit. Like, this fight's so big with Conor and Cowboy, you forget about the other amazing fights on
There's
this
a
card.
few great ones.
Yeah.
But this one I'm definitely cheering for Holly.
Mhm.
I would love to see Holly get
She
back
needs
to the
it
belt.
in a bad way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If she doesn't win this, do you think she's out of the UFC?
I think she should
Think
bow
she
out of
maybe
the UFC if she
retires?
doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah, I hate to see her go out that way, but
It's hard to say what
is what
kind
it
of a
is.
money she's built up for herself and all that, right? Like,
yeah.
sometimes that's what decides it.
Yeah. I mean, she would have gotten paid for the knockout of what's her name? Fucking
Ronda.
Ronda Rousey. I want to
Yeah,
say
yeah.
Amanda. Like, not Amanda.
That was a
Ronda.
hot second ago now, though.
Yeah, that was a while ago. And then that next fight after that, I bet you, because that's when she had all the star power.
Oh, then she beat. That's right. She beat. What's her name? Fuck. What the hell's her name? Why am I forgetting her name already? Oh, Ronda's like main adversary for like her whole career. Misha Tate.
Yeah.
Misha Tate. That's right.
I'm looking at Holly's. She's got KO'd by Nunez. She was supposed to fight Raquel Pennington recently and got that canceled. She beat Megan Anderson in 2018.
Oh, she lost to Tate. I was thinking that she beat Tate. She didn't. Tate took that from her.
Was that the first fight after the...
That's right. And then Tate lost it to fucking Nunes, and then Ronda tried to take it from Nunes and got stopped like immediately.
Wow. 2015, the fight against Rousey. That is crazy. And then it was actually, she won a decision against Marianne Renault. Was that after? No, that was right before. So right before that, she won a decision. 2015, then she fought Rousey, won that, got the title. And then she fought... Oh, she was supposed to have a rematch with Rousey, but that got canceled.
Yeah.
And she fought Miesha Tate, and Tate won.
Yeah.
By submission.
But barely. Holm beat the shit out of her for 4 rounds, and
then
Tate got the submission.
In round 5.
Yeah. But put Holly to sleep, too. That was an amazing submission. Let's not gloss over that. She fucking knocked Holly out.
that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then Holly won against Shevchenko, and then Holly lost against... Oh, she lost against Durandame. That was that stupid fight.
Yeah, she lost, but she won that fight.
Yeah, Joe says a bunch of times that he thinks Holly won that fight.
I remember yelling at the screen for that one.
Oh, yeah. She should have lost a point for that for sure. And it was a decision victory, so she definitely would have lost if they would have taken a point away from stupid Durandame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking Durandame. Didn't she just have a fight, too, that she won?
Did she win?
It was at the Colby fights. We were at it. I can't even remember it now, though. I don't remember who she fought.
I don't have a very good memory for who and when.
I was pretty hammered at those fights, to be fair.
Oh, I was too, a little bit. I'm just trying to get back to my my list. All right, so there's also Alexei Olenek and Maurice Green. That's a heavyweight fight. Always fun to watch the big boys throw it around.
Someone gets knocked out most of the time there.
Yep. Claudia Gadelia versus Alexa Grasso.
Okay.
Women's strawweight. And then the first pay-per-view is Anthony Pettis and Carlos Diego Ferreira.
I don't know that second one, but I love Pettis.
Oh, yeah. You've seen Ferreira as well. You'll recognize that.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
For sure. So that's a pretty good card. I'm excited for that one. Looking forward to it.
Honestly, I wish I didn't have something else going on that night, or I'd probably buy it and have a good party or something. Yeah, because that's a fucking killer card.
Well, we'll figure out a good way to watch it.
Yeah, we'll meet up.
I'm not worried about it.
I might even angle them over here because I actually like watching fights at O2's there.
Oh yeah, that would be cool too.
Yeah,
I'd definitely be into that.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough because it's not my party. It's fucking Mel's.
No, of course,
it's Mel's diaper.
Yeah, you don't want to sidetrack people, but if they want to, if they're,
I think I'm probably the only UFC fan. All I have to say is a sports bar, though. I think I can get them that way.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right, let's finish it off with a couple Joe jokes. I wrote 2 jokes the other night, laying in bed.
Oh, sweet.
And yeah, I think they were talking on the. He was talking recently about knock jokes. Was it on the Sober October recap? They were talking about, knock jokes as an exercise, a writing exercise. So I was like, fuck, I'm going to try to write a Joe Rogan knock joke.
Nice.
So here's my version of the Joe Rogan knock joke.
Okay.
Right? That's the sound of an arrow passing through your lung. Joe crept through your back door and set up a blind in your kitchen. He then waited for you to go to your front door 25 yards away so he could take his shot. Joe Rogan doesn't knock on doors. He knocks arrows.
Nice.
That's my Joe Rogan knock.
That's pretty sweet. Did you see that whole scene play out in your head? And then
nice. I was like knock, like one, there's a pun because knocking arrows is where you load the arrow on.
Yeah.
And then I was like, yeah.
Even when you said Joe was in a blind, I actually didn't catch the knock thing until the end there when you pointed out. Yeah. I like that.
Funny. Yeah. So there's my Joe Rogan joke of the week.
My Joe Rogan joke I owe to jokesforus.com.
Okay.
Because I couldn't think of one up. Okay. And I definitely thought it fair to say the website I got it on.
Yeah. If you can't think of one, and I've cheated a couple myself when I didn't have one at the ready. So I think it's fun to still bring something to the table,
least I'm
even if it's not
saying
even if it's not your joke.
Yeah, it shows I care, right?
Yeah, totally.
Okay, so what's the difference between an octagon and a boxing ring?
What is it?
In the octagon, the fights are real.
Ah.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
funny.
That's all that deserved.
That's pretty good.
There was a Connor joke I wanted to say, but it was like not funny at all.
Oh,
I
okay.
was like, I got excited when I saw a Connor joke because it fits, but
Yeah.
not funny. If even me, I'm like, gross. Yeah, no.
Okay.
It at least needs to be punny if it's not funny.
Yeah, something like if you either you groan or you laugh.
Yeah, it can't be a dead face. So I've got Kill Tony at the end of the month, like I mentioned, and
That's awesome.
I'm a little nervous. I might not get called.
You probably won't, in fact,
Probably won't.
but you could.
How many people are going to sign up at Calgary though?
Oh, I bet you.
Not like
30.
the Comedy Store.
There's the Calgary has an open mic scene, and
Yeah.
like comedians from Edmonton will drive down
Yeah.
for sure. It'll there'll
yeah.
be 30, 40, 50 people in the.
I'm just pumped to go see it live, man.
Yeah, I'd like to. Maybe I can make it work. Is it assigned seating?
I'm not really sure.
We'll look into that.
They're in
Maybe-
Stacy's phone. She got them for
Maybe I'll be able
Christmas.
to hook up going as well.
Yeah.
We'll see. What's the date of it?
It's the
I mean,
23rd.
what's the actual day of the week? That it's on?
23rd. It's a Thursday.
Thursday.
So I have to take off Thursday and Friday, kind of, to make it to there. If I'm going to
Okay.
get drunk on Thursday.
I wish they were coming to Edmonton for the Friday.
No, why Calgary?
I don't know.
Go fuck yourself, Kill Tony. Come to Edmonton.
Yeah.
We got what do we have? We have the Comedy Spot. What is it called? Comedy Central? No, it's not.
There's Yuck Yucks.
What's in West Ed?
Isn't it Yuck Yucks in West Ed?
It used to be Yuck Yucks. Now it's something else. It's
Comedy. It's comedy. I don't know.
I can't remember, but we still have a Yuck Yucks, right? Don't we? Or do we not?
I don't know.
We have comedy spots. We have the River Cree.
We have the River Cree. Some of my friends host an open mic at the Black Dog in the basement there.
That's right.
Every Thursday, the Underdog. There's a new comedy theater. There's the Rapid Fire Theater,
Mhm.
and then there's a new theater over by White Ave that's Grindstone Theater.
That's
it's
right.
called.
I follow them on Instagram.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're just comedy specific.
But it's more like acting, and then like once a week, it's open mic. I think.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I think when it's acting though, it's still like improv and comedy.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Still comedy focused.
Yeah,
Anyways,
I gotta get out to some of that shit this year because I love that stuff.
Me too.
There's plenty
I
of
don't-
it in Edmonton.
I don't see it nearly as enough for considering how much I love it.
And live music and all of that shit. So do you feel like more reinvigorated this year to create? And
I do right
Yeah,
now.
that's
Yeah,
excellent.
I am feeling it.
Yeah.
I was kind of disillusioned with music and art for a little while.
yeah, me
but,
too, man. Totally.
yeah, I'm feeling like I want to put some more effort into it right now.
Well, not getting any younger, right?
We are not.
2020 is a weird year, isn't it?
I don't know because
Doesn't it
20
feel weird to say
no,
it's
2020, and I'm turning 40 this year.
Right, me too.
20 and 20 is 40. That's got to be
It's
something.
fucking weird.
Yeah.
It seemed like such a future date.
All right, let's wrap this up, Shane.
Yeah.
Thanks everyone for listening. Go to our website. We haven't updated the website in a long time. Also,
No, I admit it.
I just
We'll do
realized
that. We'll do that
there's
for this
like,
episode.
yeah, we've got like 20 episodes of the podcast on our website, and this is episode 43.
I wish Libsyn would just do that too.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
We probably could just put a player in there that automatically updates.
Yeah.
I haven't really looked into that enough. Maybe I'll work on that some too.
As a side note, my new resolution is to know more about how Libsyn works.
Yeah, that would be good. Yeah, I know that they work by taking money off my credit card every single month. So
They never forget that.
No, they definitely work very consistently at getting my $20 a month or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
So anyways, thanks so much for listening. Buy things from our Amazon, go to website, and be good people and send us messages wherever you can find us on any of the social medias. Or
Absolutely.
or
We'll read them out
whatever.
on the show live.
Yeah, we might.
We'll answer the questions.
Yeah.
Even crazy ones.
yeah, maybe.
If I can.
I'm not committing to anything, but please do send us messages.
Sounds good.
Okay, good night.
See you, man.
Hey there, Joe Rogan, super fan. This podcast is for you, my man. Or woman, or non-binary. Our recaps will be legendary. The Rogan Report Podcast. Come on, you'll have a blast at the Rogan Report Podcast.